Are you looking to increase the quality of your images? If so, look no further, as this video covers all you need to know about layer masks in Photoshop. In this video, we're going to go from this start image with a plain background to this image where we have more textured of sand on the background image. Welcome to today's video. These tutorials are aimed at helping people starting out in Photoshop, so I try to make them as user-friendly as possible. They are designed with the beginner in mind and not intended for more advanced users. Remember, you can download the start images that we'll be working with in the description box below this video. The first image is of this woman on the background. The next image is of the sandy textured scene. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Command and A to copy this whole image and Command and C to copy it. Then I'm going to flick over to the image of the woman and I'm going to go Command and V. And what this has done is, as you can see, it has inserted this layer on top of the lady. I'm going to double click it and call it the sand layer. And then I'm going to double click my background layer and call it model. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the sand layer to reveal the layer below, which is the layer of the model. I'm going to click my sand to bring my sand back in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the sand layer to make it the active layer. What you need to do to get a layer mask on a layer is you need to come down to this layer mask icon down here and you need to click it. And what it does is it produces this white box with the padlock next to your layer. So what we're going to do here is we're going to see firstly how the layer mask works. So in order to do that, I'm going to come over to my brush tool and I'm going to pick up my brush tool here and click brush tool. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to my colors and I'm going to click in here and I'm going to make sure that my color is black. If your color is not black, you can just click this icon above and this restores the color to its default, which is white foreground color, black background color. Now we've restored our default colors. I need to switch them over so our background color is black. So we're going to put black ink onto our layer mask here. So a step which people often make is they click into the actual image and you can see these white boxes around the image and then they'll brush something black in and wonder, why is this not working? So if you've drawn a black ink across your page, it's not going to work. So I'm going to go Command and Z to undo this change by going Command and Z. So now I've removed that because I do not want to paint black ink into my image. I then would come over to my layer mask and now we can see in the layer mask we've got these white squares around the layer mask. And now when I draw a black image, what happens is we start to see the layer below. So over on our layer mask here, we've noticed we have black ink appearing in the white. And anywhere where black is painted, we will be able to see through this layer to the layer below. Okay, so the first thing I suggest you do is just do a very rough painting of black ink into this layer to reveal some of the model. Now, what can happen is sometimes, as indeed in this instance we've gone too far and we've got white all the way around the model and we want to bring that back. The easiest way to do that is if you just flick this over and now we have a white foreground color and we're going to be painting white ink into this layer mask here. And now wherever I paint, you'll notice that this layer is now being brought back into the scene and we can see that. So I'm just going to do this in a very rough manner like this. This should just take a moment. Okay, so the principle is very simple. If we paint black ink into this layer mask, this layer is hidden. And if we switch it over and play white ink into this layer, the layer is brought back. The shortcut to swap these colors over is X. So if you click X, it will hide it. And if you click X, it will reveal it. So the first thing is just to get a very rough round the model like this. And that's quite a rough cut, but we're not talking about selections today. We're just talking about layer masks. But the next thing I want to do is I would like to, this technique is too harsh, and I would like to make some of the sand a little less visible. And the way that we do that is we come to our foreground layer here and we just click this, and now we go halfway up our color here. So this is black, this is white. We go halfway up around about there. This is our new gray color, and we hit OK. And remember, we're not painting into the image, we're painting into the layer mask. And now where I paint, you'll notice that the layer mask is now becoming gray, and what's happening is only some of the layer, the upper layer, is being brought through. Now, if you find that your brush is the wrong size, you can just use the square angle bracket next to enter to make the brush bigger, and indeed this will make the technique work much quicker indeed. So I'm deliberately leaving out of the corners so they can be a little bit darker, but I want some of this technique brought through here. So I'm actually not looking for a very fine cut. I want to bring this texture technique coming in to my image. And that is our first introductory video on using layer masks. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. This feeds the algorithm and gets this video out to others who need help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.